I want those supporters of HCR 50 to now show us that the federal government is respecting our rights. Are they respecting your rights?
No.
Are they restoring your freedoms?
No.
Are they returning the federal government back to its box?
No.
Well, if they won't show that to us, then I challenge the legislators to show us that you care. Show us that it was just not pillow talk. Show us that you have courage. Show us that you have character. And in the end, show us that you're a Texan. So I know that Jerry has talked about how we have got, sorry, I have to drink water. It's hot, right? Don't you love it? I love Texas. When General Sheridan came to occupy Texas after the Civil War, he got enough of it and he said, if I owned Texas in hell, I'd live in hell and rent out Texas. I think it had to do with the heat. Or maybe it was our attitude, right?
Hell with it.
Yeah, not a fan, just so you know. Not a fan of Sheridan. Well, here's where we are, folks. You know, I'm here to speak on the issue of secession. And this is something that confounds the politicians, it confounds the major media, it confounds people in other states. Google it, you'll see what I'm talking about. They don't get it. This is why they don't understand. Because issues of freedom, they don't know any boundaries. There are no lines. We are a movement that, as confounding as it is to them, consists of Republicans, Democrats, Libertarians, Independents, all religions, all races, all socioeconomic levels, doctors, lawyers, the blue collar like my father who was an iron worker for 35 years. We got it all. And that we're Texans because we understand that we're Texans and we understand that issues of freedom and liberty in Texas transcend all lines. Tyranny does not discriminate, and neither should freedom. Well, in these issues of freedom, folks, we have a long slog ahead of us. We have a fight ahead of us. We know that based on the poll numbers that there are roughly 6 million people of voting age in Texas that agree that Texas would be better off as an independent nation. So my friends, you are in good company. Because ultimately Texas understands one thing. No matter what the government gives us, the federal government wants to quote unquote give us for free. The place to get the free cheese is always in the middle of the mousetrap. So ultimately, folks, this is what we have to do. Rallies like this are great. They allow us to come out and they allow us to vent frustration. Because just like Ed, who's frustrated about health care, he's a veteran, and he's frustrated about it. You're frustrated too. You're frustrated about a lot of issues. But ultimately, it is up to us to do something. So, I'm going to give you your first step today. As of today, we are calling for a National Day of Action on September 2nd. Because the governor has been resistant to call for a special session to address the issue of Texas sovereignty, I want you to flood the switchboard. I want you on September 2nd, every single one of you, to contact every person you know, and I want you to flood the switchboard. Because one thing politicians know is when people are mad. Now, this is not torches and pitchforks, folks. But it is a tangible sign that we are ready for these guys to get off the dime and do something, because in the words that my father used to say, it's time for you to either lead, follow, or get the hell out of the way. Let's hear the pitchforks. I love it. So ultimately, folks, Here's what we're going to have to do. We are standing in the middle of history. You are writing history today. I don't know the last time they had a rally on the Capitol grounds calling for sovereignty or secession.
1861.
I would say that would be a good guess. But you're writing history. We are we're already almost 10 years into the 21st century. Almost 10 years. And it's funny, but there's a phrase that keeps coming up over these 10 years. On September the 11th, 2001, foreign extremists slammed planes into the Twin Towers and into the Pentagon. And people became worried and frustrated. They were worried and frustrated. And so what happened? People said, hey, can you protect us from foreign extremists? And the Bush administration said, yes, we can. And just a little bit of your freedom was eroded. Your rights were encroached on in the name of security. So then the invasion of Iraq commenced because they had weapons of mass destruction, and the question on everybody's mind was, they said, well, can we win in Iraq? And the administration said, yes, we can. They said, yes, we can. Even to the point that they had a plane fly onto an aircraft carrier with a big mission accomplished banner in the background. They said, yes, we can. And the Constitution was eroded even more. So after all of that time of the Bush administration eroding the Constitution, people were frustrated. They were mad. So somebody was running for president and Congress. And people were asking them, can you restore our constitutional rights? And with a wink, they said, yes, we can. So then what happened? Economic crisis. First thing they did, they issued the bailouts. They said, can you fix the economy? And they said, yes, we can. GM decided to tank, and they said, oh my God, can you save the auto industry? And the administration replied, yes, we can. And again, more of our freedoms and rights were eroded. People were upset about the environment. They said, can you protect the environment? And they said, yes, we can. And yet again, we got cap and trade, where Texas got the short end of the stick, folks. People are frustrated with their health care. And so people said, can you give us some sort of solution to our health care? And they said, well, yes, we can. And here we stand. Just in that building right over there, they'll be having something in support of the health care plan. So we are at this point now where we're saying, oh, please don't. And they're saying, yes, we can. At each step, at each stage, they said, yes, we can, and our rights were eroded. We were pushed a little further and pushed a little further. Well, on April 15th of this year, as I mentioned earlier, someone asked Governor Perry, do you believe that Texas has the right to secede if things get bad? And what did he say? Yes, we can. So now, we as a people who have heard that call, that it is time for sovereignty or secession, can we secede?
Yes, we can.
Guess what? That phrase now belongs to us. Can we make secession a reality?
Yes, we can.
Can we promote freedom and limited government? Can we stand up for our rights as guaranteed by our forefathers? Yes, can we protect the Texas that the Alamo defenders left for us? Yes, so I have to say now, and this is my warning. And I want, even though Perry is not here and Creighton and the rest of the legislature is not here, I want them to hear this loud and clear. That it is time for them to take up that banner. And it is time for them to take the lead. And if they do not, If they do not pick up that banner and carry it high, then we will.